start on today's announcement, Prime Minister. Your critics say there's no new money for the initiatives. You're accused of rehashing old plans. Are you 100% confident that what you've announced today now meets the legal criteria to hit these net zero targets?
So look, over the last year, we've all seen the impact of the war in Ukraine on energy bills. And that's why the government's taxed the windfall profits of energy companies, used that money to help pay around half of a typical family's energy bill. But I think we all know that that's just a short-term solution. What we need is actually a long-term plan to ensure our energy security and get our bills down and make sure this never happens again. That's why I created a brand new Department for Energy Security. Today, we're announcing more investment in renewables like offshore wind, reviving the nuclear industry, developing new industries like carbon capture and storage. And as we deliver on that, we're going to create jobs across the country, we're going to increase our energy security, reduce people's bills, and reduce our carbon emissions.
And when will people potentially see a reduction in their energy bills?
Well, look, thankfully, people hope, as you can see now, some of the forecasts for energy bills to come down over the course of this year. Right now, though, the most important thing for people to recognise is I promised I would help with cost of living, particularly energy bills, and we're delivering on that. We're taxing the profits of energy companies. We're using that money to help pay around half of a typical family's energy bill. That support was extended in the budget. It's worth £1,500. I know that's a number one cost of living challenge people face, and I want people to know that we are working hard at it. I promised we'd help. We are delivering that help. And
the strategy you have is very different from what the US and the EU are doing, in particular on green subsidies. Jeremy Hunt being critical of a distortive global subsidy race. What is the thinking behind your slightly separate strategy?
Well, I think people should be really proud of the UK's track record on all of this. If you look at it, we've decarbonised faster than any other major economy. Our carbon emissions have been reduced by over 40%, much more than all the other countries that we compete with. At the same time, we've grown our economy. So we've got a good track record on this, and actually today's announcement demonstrates our leadership in multiple areas that are going to help improve our energy security and get bills down. Take offshore wind, for example. Not only do we have the world's largest offshore wind farm, we also have the second largest, the third largest, and soon to be the fourth largest as well. As a sign of UK leadership in this area. And I'm glad that others are actually catching up with us.
Let's talk about pensions. Are you kicking the can down the road on the pension age?
Look, well, there'll be an announcement about this later on, which obviously I can't preempt. But what I would say is that we always want to make sure we look after pensions. That's why we went to the triple lock, with the average pension going up around £870 this coming year, as well as extra support with the cost of living, a direct payment of around £50, which will come later in the year alongside the winter fuel payment. So pensioners should feel reassured we're making sure that we're protecting them against rising prices.
What's happening with the CPTPP? Deal or no deal, Prime Minister?
Well, we've made fantastic progress in the negotiations about CPTPP, but we're not there yet. But taking a step back, this is a great benefit of Brexit, our ability to go and sign exciting trade deals around the world. You know, if we are able to accede to the CPTPP trade deal, that would be an exciting moment for the UK, great opportunity for all our businesses to export to a massive and fast-growing market, and again, just demonstrates the government getting on with things that are going to make life better, create jobs across the country, and deliver the benefits of Brexit.
Finally, on gender, you'll have seen Policy Exchange's report today, claiming that parents have been kept in the dark in some schools about their children changing gender. Are you concerned? What is your government doing?
So I'm very concerned about these reports. You know, for me, the safety and well-being of our children is of paramount importance. And I've also been clear that parents must be able to know what is being taught to their kids in school, especially on these sensitive areas. That's why we're already reviewing the RHSE guidance to make sure that it is age appropriate for children. But also what I'm also going to say today is that for the summer term, we will make sure that we publish guidance for schools so that they know how to respond when children are asking about their gender. These are really sensitive areas. It's important that we treat them sensitively and that parents know what's going on, and we'll make sure that that happens.
Prime Minister, thank you.
Thanks very much.